So, what was the master plan for that final possession? I heard you say it wasn't the shot you wanted. Is greater than, oh no. The play was perfect. We ran the play perfectly. Like I already told you, I felt like, well, I'm not entirely sure. You're going to have to get inside Luka's head to find out what he saw. But from my vantage point, he had a clean shot and then just completely lost his footing. Is greater than. Let's be clear. The Lakers just got humiliated by the Orlando Magic by a single point, 1. And in a stunning turn of events, LeBron James, who demanded the ball, choked on a free throw, and bricked the game winner, has masterfully spun the narrative to make Luka Doncic the villain. The sheer audacity is a work of art. The Kings court is in full-blown panic mode, but the stats are about to torch their entire argument. So let me ask you, who is really to blame for the Lakers collapsing 110-109 against the Magic? Unleash your unfiltered opinion in the comments right now. Let's dive right in, because there is a disaster to dissect here, and none of it is going to make the LeBron apologists feel warm and fuzzy tonight. We flash to the final seconds in L.A. The Magic have just clawed their way into the lead in the fourth. The Lakers call a timeout with just 7 seconds left to save their skin. The ball goes to Luka for the final shot. He hits a pump fake and then dumps it to LeBron, who basically looked at the ball like, and what am I supposed to do with this hot potato? He chucks up a wild turnaround 3 that goes nowhere. Is greater than the Lakers lost to the Orlando Magic 110-109. The Orlando Magic, a team that was running on fumes with a skeleton crew, a team that was forced to give major minutes to Jonathan Isaac and Javon Carter, a team that was getting absolutely torched on defense at halftime and was still, somehow, only down by 3 points. At halftime, the Magic were a plus 240 underdog. Let that number marinate for a moment, plus 240, and the Lakers still figured out a way to throw the game away in the clutch. But instead of taking 1 ounce of responsibility, LeBron James stepped up to the podium and did what he does best when the chips are down. He pointed the finger at someone else. This time, the scapegoat was Luka Doncic. Now, let's establish the cold, hard facts of what happened, because there is no room for interpretation here. With 5 seconds ticking away in a 1-point game, Luka had the basketball. LeBron James clapped his hands and demanded it. LeBron James received the pass he begged for, and then LeBron James missed the shot. That is the unvarnished truth. It is all on tape. There is no alternate reality where this didn't happen. But after the game, this is the story LeBron was selling about. Luka giving him the ball is greater than. So what exactly was the game plan on that final possession? Because you've said it wasn't the look you wanted. Is greater than. No. The play was perfect. We executed it perfectly. Like I said, it's just, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to ask Luka what was going through his head. From where I was standing, he had a wide open look and then just, I don't know, tripped over his own feet, lost the handle, whatever it was. And, you know, that hesitation let the defender get right back on him. By the time he dumped it on me, I was already completely off kilter. I really thought, I thought he, Clear's throat, had a golden opportunity. But hey, that's just my point of view. That's what I saw. Is greater than. So, to recap the official list of excuses, he was off balance when he got the ball. He claims Luka was the one with the good look before deciding to pass. He wants you to believe that, from his perspective, Luka lost his balance and lost his rhythm before giving up the rock. Is greater than. What did you see on that final trip down the floor? Is greater than. Look, I think we had a golden opportunity there. Luka got free. He was wide open, and I guess he just, felt like he was stumbling or something. But the play call, it was perfect. We just didn't get the exact shot we drew up. We ran the play right. It just didn't drop for us. Is greater than. Off balance. That's the alibi. Off balance. Too bad for him, the video footage obliterates that entire fairy tale. When LeBron caught that ball, he wasn't off balance. He was planted. He was coiled. He was ready to fire. He looked like a man who had specifically commanded the ball in that moment because he wanted the hero shot, and then he blew it. And then he had the nerve to publicly question Luka's decision-making in front of the press. Is greater than 7 for 11 from the field, and he can't get that one to go. It's a 2-point game. Jack Carroll drives the lane, kicks it to Bane for a wide-open 3. Bang. The level of delusion required to watch that final sequence and blame Luka is honestly breathtaking. Not in a good way, of course, but it's staggering nonetheless. And here's the part that makes this whole circus even more infuriating for his loyal followers. The very same people online right now dragging Luka for passing the ball are the exact same sycophants who defend LeBron every single time he passes up a clutch shot, screaming from the rooftops that he always makes the right basketball play, that he's selfless, that he trusts his teammates, that his genius is about more than just hero ball. is greater than Luka has 5 seconds. Luka Leon for the victory, and Allendar is about to escape with the win. When led is greater than. So let me get this straight. When LeBron passes, it's a brilliant high IQ decision. But when Luka passes to a wide open LeBron, who was literally begging for the ball, it's somehow Luka's fault the play imploded. That is the insane, twisted logic being pushed right now. Just take a second and marvel at how completely deranged that argument is. And while we're on the subject of so-called clutch moments, let's have a little conversation about LeBron James and the free throw line. Because before he bricked that game-tying shot, there was another colossal failure that his fan club has conveniently memory hold. LeBron stepped up to the charity stripe in a do-or-die situation and went 1 for 2. 1, 4, 2. That one clanked free throw could have sent the game to overtime. Not Luka's pass, not Luka's decision. A simple free throw. A missed free throw from a guy who's been in this league for so long that they made a documentary about him while he was still a kid in high school. LeBron James was handed 2 golden opportunities to be the hero in that final stretch, the free throw and the shot. He only made 1 of 2 from the line and then threw up an absolute brick from the floor. 2 chances, 1 make, and you're telling me Luka is the one who deserves the blame? Get out of here. Now, let's get to the numbers, because this is where the entire pro-LeBron narrative gets vaporized. No matter how much you bow down to him, even Brian Windhorst, a man who is hardly a LeBron critic, laid out the devastating stats. When Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are on the court together without LeBron, the Lakers play like an elite team. The second all 3 of them share the floor, the Lakers' offense collapses into one of the absolute worst in the entire league. The difference is a staggering 20 points per 100 possessions. 20 points. That isn't a rounding error. That isn't just statistical noise. That is a massive, glaring, undeniable canyon in the data that proves something is fundamentally broken when LeBron plays with those 2 guys. Without LeBron on the court next to Reeves and Luka, the Lakers are a plus 18. Plus 18. That number doesn't lie. That number doesn't care about a legacy or championship rings or how many times somebody made the finals. Plus 18 without him. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. And before any of you stands come rushing to the comments to cry about load management, minute restrictions, or the classic, it's a small sample size, just stop. Let me be crystal clear. Brian Windhorst isn't some anonymous troll on social media pushing a narrative. This is the guy who's practically built a career as LeBron's personal chronicler, consistently ranking as one of his most loyal defenders in the sports media. So when that voice, the ultimate ally, lays these numbers bare and flat out says the data is what it is, you know the game is up. There's absolutely nowhere left to run. The only rational conclusion you can draw from those stats is the one truth his worshippers refuse to even whisper. LeBron James needs to be moved to the bench. This isn't an argument that he's washed up, and it's not a eulogy for his career. It's about recognizing a blatant reality. The combination that actually clicks for the Lakers doesn't have him starting with Luka and Reeves. The analytics are practically screaming at you, pointing directly to the disease and holding up the cure. Now, let's pivot to the actual game, because a whole lot went down before that final, pathetic possession. And let's be honest, the Magic were a complete dumpster fire in the first half. Desmond Bane was invisible. Paolo Banchero couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Wendell Carter was the only player with a pulse, and the Lakers' defense was absolutely suffocating them. We're talking holding the Magic to a pathetic 14% from beyond the arc and a miserable 41% from the floor overall. That's championship-level defense. The team was fired up. The intensity was off the charts. DeAndre Ayton was having what might be his best half ever in a Lakers jersey. The second a smaller defender switched onto him, he made them regret it. He was a beast in the post, finishing with authority, and doing precisely what a dominant big man is paid to do when he gets a favorable matchup. The Lakers kept going to that well, and it was paying off big time. But lurking beneath that successful first half was a poison pill, a hint of the disaster to come. LeBron himself had already scored 12 points. DeAndre Ayton, not LeBron, was the team's leading scorer. And anyone who's been forced to watch this team knows the tragic, predictable script. When the offense isn't running through LeBron, the entire team inevitably throws the winning strategy in the trash just to get their king going in the second half. They completely abandoned Ayton. They turned a blind eye to the mismatches they'd been abusing all night. And while the Lakers were busy self-sabotaging, the Magic got smart. Paolo Banchero exploded in that third quarter with a fire that nobody in a Lakers uniform seemed remotely prepared for. He poured in 17 points on a blistering 6 for 7 from the field. The man threw the entire team on his shoulders, with almost no help, and bent the Lakers' defense to his will. And what about your so-called king, LeBron James? He blessed the box score with a grand total of 2 points in the entire third quarter. 2. Meanwhile, Austin Reeves had to drag the team with 10 points just to stay in the game. Then, the fourth quarter rolled around, and Desmond Bane declared the game was his. We're talking 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting, plus 5 assists. In the final period alone, he treated the Lakers' defense like a turnstile, getting anywhere he pleased while nobody could even slow him down. And while Bane was busy carving up the Lakers' defense, there's crystal clear video of LeBron just standing there, ball watching, as Jonathan Isaac strolls in for a wide open dunk thanks to a total defensive collapse from the king himself. The referees even tried to lend a helping hand. They gifted the Lakers a foul call that was so bad, it got instantly overturned on review because Luka's leg kick obviously made it a non-shooting foul. The league then practically escorted LeBron to the free throw line in a make-or-break moment, and he still only managed to hit 1 of 2. Banchero explodes for 36, 10, and 6. Bane finishes with 22 points and 6 assists, with 5 of those assists coming in the fourth quarter when it was gut check time. Let's not forget, the Magic were playing without all their guys. They were undermanned and still managed to steal a 1-point win on the road from a Lakers squad that was handed every single chance to win and actively chose to choke. And after all that, we're supposed to swallow this ridiculous narrative that the loss is on Luka Doncic because of a single decision with 5 seconds left? Give me a break. LeBron James has precisely 1 game-winning shot in his entire Lakers tenure. 1. It was a damn tip-in against the Pacers. That's his whole clutch portfolio in Los Angeles. A single, solitary tip-in. But the fantasy being spun by his army of stans is that this supposedly clutch player was sabotaged by his younger teammate when it mattered most. Let's review the tape. Luka Doncic sees LeBron clapping for the ball. He delivers the ball to the man who was clapping for it. The man who clapped for it proceeds to miss the shot, and then has the audacity to whine to the press that the pass was the issue. Luka forced absolutely nothing in that moment. He didn't make some wild, irrational play. He passed the basketball to a teammate who explicitly demanded it. What, precisely, was the alternative? Oh, I know what the fanboys will screech. Luka should have just taken the shot himself. All right, fine. Except those are the exact same people who would have spent the entire night torching Luka for being a selfish ball hog who doesn't trust his teammates if he'd taken that shot and missed. There is absolutely no universe in which Luka is allowed to be correct in their delusional minds, because the last 5 seconds are a complete red herring. The actual problem is the 20-point statistical crater that nobody wants to look at head on. In that specific 5-man unit, the Lakers are demonstrably better when LeBron is on the bench. That isn't an opinion. That isn't a hot take. It's what the data has been screaming, game after game, over a significant stretch. And until the people running this team are willing to have a grown-up conversation about roles and rotations, you better get used to more pathetic collapses like tonight's disaster against the Orlando Magic. More one-possession meltdowns where the scapegoat changes every night. But the fundamental problem is never, ever addressed. Wendell Carter absolutely dominated. The Magic secured the shocking upset. And what does LeBron James do? He stands at a podium and complains about being off balance from a pass he demanded with his own hands. The data is right there for everyone to see. The video footage is right there. The missed free throw is right there. The bricked game winner is right there. Every single piece of incriminating evidence is sitting out in the open for anyone with the courage to look at it without their fanboy goggles on. Let's summarize. LeBron demanded the ball, choked at the free throw line, bricked the final shot, and then immediately pointed the finger at Luka. The data validates every single point I've made, and his defenders have absolutely no leg to stand on. If this dose of unvarnished truth set you free tonight, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss another episode where the facts expose the fiction.